edge of the tornado was about to hit me. And I tried one time to get out of the ditch, and if I wasn't able to, I was going to try to run as far as I could and maybe find a drainage pipe or something, but I only had like 20 seconds to spare. But I just tapped the gas, and the car just oozed out onto the road, and then I drove southeast and barely got out of the tornado. But yeah, I'm definitely scared of tornadoes. I have a lot of respect for them, but I do love to be inside of them too.
Claire would like to know your craziest Kansas tornado intercept, and the reason she's asking is she must be an atmospheric science student at KU, University of Kansas.
Yeah, I would say the craziest one, and congratulations on pursuing your passion of meteorology, if you're here. Thank you so much for pursuing your passion of meteorology. You're going to have a great life doing it. But I would say the craziest Kansas tornado was probably the one we launched about 5 miles south of Lawrence, Kansas. There, it was the Linwood rocket launch was probably the craziest one, just because of the scientific data that we collected in that tornado. But I've seen a lot of crazy tornadoes in Kansas. But that was probably the craziest one, just because finally we got a rocket into that tornado.
All right. Cameron wants to know your opinions on other tornado interceptors.
There are too many people that, the term intercept has kind of changed over the years. So during the Storm Chasers days, it was actually driving into the tornado, but it's kind of come to be, if you just see the tornado, it counts as an intercept now. But I love all other interceptors as well. It's hard for me to encourage people to drive into a tornado due to safety reasons. But I love all the other Storm Chasers out there. Lots of them are good friends of mine. Some of them are haters, but for the most part, we all get along.
Teresa wants to know what you would recommend if a young person was interested in pursuing meteorology and storm chasing.
You have to pursue it if you're passionate about meteorology or storm chasing. Pursue your passions relentlessly. If you love what you do, it's really easy to work really hard at it. And the key is just don't take no for an answer. Just continue to follow your passion, work really hard, and you'll have a really fulfilling, happy life. So I also encourage you to storm chase a lot. Get out and look at the sky and see what you learn in the classroom out in the field, because that's when it all comes together, when you see the storms out there spinning and see the whole tornado genesis process happening, especially from underneath, when you witness the clear slaw coming around the tornado and it descending down. Is a pretty amazing process that you can just go from air with wind shear and thermodynamic properties, and it just creates that organized supercell storm with an intense tornado underneath it that's so important for heat transport to the planet.
Kyra says, "Hi Reed, I am 8 years old and I came from Nebraska to see you. What advice do you have for people that are scared of storms?"
Well, I was actually scared to death of storms when I was really little, even thunder and lightning. And that fear turns into intense curiosity and trying to understand the storms. So don't worry about your fear and don't let it cause you to not have interest in tornadoes, because I think it naturally will cause you to be more interested in them. And the more and more that you understand about storms and severe weather, the less you fear them, and the more you even get excited when there are storms around. So I think the key is just to try to learn about them. And but don't feel bad if you're afraid of them. I was scared to death of storms when I was really little, and I'm even still afraid of tornadoes.
This is funny. Johnny says, if storm chasing was like Mario Kart, what
It
power-up would you want on the Dominator?
Modern storm chasing is just like Mario Kart. And I rip that my friend's bumper off, and we're all bumping into each other out there. But it's kind of like Mario Kart. But I think I would be what's the big one? Bowser. Yeah, I'd probably be the big one, the Dominator one. They don't have as much maneuverability, but
The star that makes you invincible.
the goal
right?
was to make the Dominator more mobile, so we didn't want to make it as big and heavy as the TIB because we wanted to preserve our mobility. So might go for some kind of a hybrid.
Maxine wants to know if you have a favorite memory of Gizmo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have so many memories of Gizmo. Yeah, probably, boy. We saw so many things, just she and I don't even remember a lot of times. I mean, in the middle of the night, next to an EF4 tornado, chasing Hurricane Michael. She loved Zion National Park, so went to the desert Southwest a lot, and chasing floods out there, but yeah, I miss her, definitely.
Scarlett would like to know your favorite part of the Dominator.
Not the air conditioning. I like the rocket seat in the back. I like sitting in the back in the rocket seat where you pop out of the hatch to launch the rockets. Even though it can be kind of like a greenhouse back there and get kind of warm, you can see the whole vehicle and you can pop out of the hatch and everything. So I would say the rocket seat in the back is probably my favorite. But there are some new features on the Dominator 3 that'll be a new favorite. We're going to have a red camera on the roof. We'll have a camera on the inside with a track that can go from the back to the front of the Dominator. And tons of science. The science mission is going to go to the next level next year. So excited to show you all that.
Scott asks, why do major storms avoid the Kansas City Metro inside the 435 circle? That's a very specific question.
It might just be by chance, coincidence, I think. But tornadoes and storms do like to follow certain terrain features. Like in Oklahoma, they like to come up the I-44 corridor. I think a lot of times they form on some of the topography, the Wichita Mountains back there. And sometimes when they're approaching rivers, big river basins, that can accelerate the low-level wind shear, and they just start producing tornadoes at the last second when they hit a river. So there could be some type of a topography feature that is causing storms to not want to come right in to downtown Kansas City. But also in Norman, Oklahoma, when I was first going to school there, everybody said the Norman Hole happens down there where they don't get any storms. But then recently, Norman's been getting a lot of tornadoes rather than more. So it could just be by coincidence in that any given spot on the earth is less likely to get hit, but could also be due to the Flint Hills, just to the southwest, something with that.
So we shouldn't hold our breaths, it'll stay that way.
Yeah, it could still happen. And even if it is unlikely to happen, it can still happen.
Pam wants to know if you consulted on the movie The Twisters.
I did, yeah. I storm chased with the writer Mark Smith before it came out a couple of years and worked with him when he was writing the script. So I was involved in that.
And is it true they modeled the lead character off of you?
I think he was inspired. Model is a strong word. Some things in there.
Owen would like to know what your favorite food is.
I really love, I've been eating a lot of Italian food recently, so I like spaghetti. I like Mexican food too, tacos, burritos. I eat a lot of eggs.
Is it McDonald's?
Molly wants to know the gas mileage of the Dominator 3.
I know that answer, about 12.5 miles a gallon. It's a diesel vehicle, but it has a big gas tank, so we don't have to fill up too much. It gets about 12.5 a gallon.
Okay, this is some more local meteorology. Is the Tonganoxie split a real thing?
What? Can you see it?
He already advanced the slide. So the Tonganoxie split, I'm probably going to get this wrong, someone might need to help me, is this belief that storms break at Tonganoxie and get weaker?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's probably not, yeah.
Probably not. Do you have a favorite barbecue restaurant in Kansas City? Tyler would like to know.
I don't. I love the barbecue.
You like the barbecue?
Yeah. A lot of times I go to a place and then I love it and then I forget what it's called. I know a lot of barbecue places.
Kristen wants to know, of all the states that you travel for storm chasing, which state is the most memorable?
I love chasing in South Dakota. South Dakota is one of my favorite states. I like to work those big hail producers out of Wyoming and then go to Deadwood. I love the Dakotas. The Dakotas are really beautiful too, and they get those big tornadoes. And I love chasing in Oklahoma, of course. But I like chasing the desert Southwest too, the debris flows and flash floods out there, so that's more of a relaxing thing. Gonna run along the front edge of them.
Okay, thank you all for submitting your questions. This is our
Thank you.
last question of the night. With new technology and forecasting tools and advancements, what excites you most about the future of storm chasing?
I think the technology and working with people like Matt and Will, who are back there that shot the t-shirts at you, I think that the miniaturization of technology is really exciting. And Will even built like an AI computer in his house called Anton that you can just feed any data set and it'll give you back trends, patterns, anything with the data set. I could basically do all my graduate school research in less than a second. So I'm excited about that, just feeding that a lot of data sets, the live streaming camera stuff. And I'm really excited about using the air cannon and the FPV drones to pepper a tornado with dozens of sensors from the ground up.
Very good. Everyone, give it up for Reed Timmer.